learned from the lesson. Live in the hills, but I still get a spread. Started with a little, but I still reinvest it. Feel how I feel, then you feel it's a blessing. I just want the lesson, I just want protection. I'm up and I'm down, but they sound like progression. Farmer never plans if he waits for perfection. Finger to the down.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, happy Easter, and I hope you had a wonderful weekend because the stock market is gonna go crazy this week. We got a lot to talk about. We have two big events. One of them is gonna be earnings. The other one is gonna be Jerome Powell and some central bankers. So we have a lot that we need to talk about. I have a rundown for you, even from the earnings down to the events, and then I got 3 plays that we need to go over. So before we do anything, shout out the random comment picker. Today is Sunday. Happy Easter. Thank you, baby Jesus. Tomorrow is Monday. After that, or well, on Monday. Okay, anyways, random comment picker. You need to post a random option trade below. Strike price, expiration, all of that. $100 max. We are going to pick a play tomorrow morning, and you're going to get $100 if it hits. So Jay Berg, he hit us with the last one. It did not go through just yet, but since he did get some time on it, if this one hits, he could still get some money. So Chad, post them below and let's go, baby. But before we get into the rundown here with earnings, I mean, here are just the general keys for this week. So like we said, earnings is going to be in focus, but now Powell and the central bankers, that is going to be on Thursday. That will probably be the main thing this week. And now what is going to be so important about Powell is that at this meeting, he is speaking twice on Thursday. So literally, he has one speech that he's doing on Thursday, and then after that, it's like the IMF, or it's like a global fund where pretty much they're having a debate on the global economy. It's going to be like Christine Lagarde and a couple of other people, but essentially, the thing that people are worried about here with Powell, this might be his opportunity where he confirms the double rate hike as a certainty and that they're going to follow through with everything we've been seeing in the last couple of weeks. So those are going to be the main things. You will get earnings like Bank of America, Netflix, Tesla. I got the schedule for you, but then the commodity moves and then the key levels on the market. We're back here at like 437 or so. This is going to be key. Again, we're going back and forth above the moving averages, but now you are right back at the levels from January when we had any other volatility. So how we go from there, what happens here with oil? Again, if you weren't watching oil last week, I thought it was going to chill out a little bit. It came back up, but now we need to see, does the supply effects or all those announcements, does that start to fade away? And do we see commodities and food start to go crazy? So these are the big things to be watching this week. Again, Powell on Thursday and Friday, or just Thursday. That's what I think is going to add a lot of volatility. And then earnings, well, it's going to get crazy. So there is that. Now, as far as earnings, here are just some of the main ones that we're going to be having to give you a little bit of a schedule and some main things. Monday, you're getting Bank of America, and it's really just going to be like JP Morgan. People are going to be worried about the underwriting, how they're doing with the loan loss provisions and all of that. And if you haven't seen all the banks, we're going to talk about them. A lot of them have kind of been struggling, even though 10 out of 11 have beat. So maybe after Bank of America, we get a follow through, but this is going to be a big one. That's tomorrow morning pre-market. So we're going to be responding literally right when we wake up. Tuesday, you're getting Netflix. And now this one's a little bit interesting. The main comments is that they have actually got some recent downgrades. Some analysts have been downgrading them. Their last report was kind of a sandbag. It was not good at all, but some people are saying they could beat, but most of it is kind of looking negative. But depending on how Netflix does, that one will be key, and people will be looking for an impact from shutting down in Russia and all of that stuff. But that's Tuesday. Wednesday, you're getting Tesla, and this one, a lot of people are focused on Twitter. If you didn't hear, they enacted their poison pill, so we'll talk about that a little bit. That one's going to be on the plays there. But now Tesla, Wednesday, they already had the delivery numbers. People are saying that kind of looks good, so I don't think the earnings expectations are too crazy. They are just one of these massive companies that are reporting. And then on Friday, you are going to be getting American Express. They will be the first credit card processor, and then it's kind of following up on the banks, so we will see what happens. But just like the banks, the credit card companies, people are worried about a slowdown in spending, but more so the loan loss provision. So we will see how that plays out. But those are the main things there for earnings. earnings. And now for the rest of this week, like I'm saying, Thursday is Powell, but now think about how we've been playing since the CPI. This week, you're getting a bunch of Fed speakers. So literally Monday, you got Fed Bullard there, kind of middle of the day. Then Tuesday, you're going to be getting Fed Evans. And then I think it's Wednesday with more people. Yeah, Wednesday, you're getting Fed Evans and Fed Dolly. But pretty much leading into Powell, you were going to be getting 4 other speakers. And then you're going to get Powell twice on Thursday. And now depending on what he says about balance sheet reduction or the actual pace of it or following through with those double rate hikes, then we're really going to see what happens. And that could drive the market a lot. So besides that, there wasn't any company news and events. I mean, not that I would say was kind of notable. There was Maripol being surrounded, again, more Ukrainian updates there. Then there was the Elon and Twitter poison pill news. And then finally, like Alex Jones's companies are filing for bankruptcy or something like that, some of his companies. But other than that, people are getting ready for earnings. And again, what Powell and all the central bankers are going to say this week, this could move the market a lot. So let us get into the plays. But right off the bat, I got 3 different stocks that I'm looking at coming into tomorrow. The first one is going to be Morgan Stanley. Why? Bank of America. I think once the banks go out of the way, it'll be good. But now look at all of the other bank companies pretty much after reporting. I mean, they all look down. Even Bank of America, they're just at the bottom there, even breaking through the lows before earnings. Morgan Stanley did a little bit better. So depending on how they report, I'm going to be eyeing them. That's going to be the first play. And then the second play, I really like this, but it's dependent on earnings. But you're going to see here, I'm going to go for the pre-earnings run-up on MasterCard and then American Express. That can hurt it because MasterCard, I believe, is in about 2 weeks. So depending on what AXP does this week, it will affect them. But essentially, I think early in this week, depending on Bank of America earnings and if financials can come back a little bit, I think MasterCard will be a good one to watch in the morning. So that is going to be the second play. And then finally, third baby, ARLP, the coal play. We're already up on this one. It's up like 50 to 100%. Really depends there on the spread. But I like coal because it seems like commodities, they moved a lot last week. And then you really saw certain sectors kind of do their own thing. So oil, they've been in the gutter, but UNG was going up. Corn was going up. Wheat a little bit. And then we also saw coal, or again, natural gas, I already mentioned that one. They were going up, so I think the alternative fuels, they might run up a little bit. I like how they're looking. Going to be watching ARLP, not ARRP. Okay, you're not old. But those are the 3 plays, and then anything after that, I am going to be watching Twitter. Again, poison pill news, pretty much if anybody acquires more than 15%, it will trigger the option for anybody on the board to buy shares at a 50% discount. So we're going to see what Elon says, and this is kind of the news that I'm looking to play here is because depending on what Elon does, whether he tries to get more shareholder approval or if he dumps the stock, that could be key. But I think Twitter, if we let a lot of the premium kind of chill out, that pretty much if the action happens later than sooner in the week, I think there's going to be some crazy options on that chain. So going to be watching that. Other than that, I did sell out of UNG and I cut another half. Remember, I sold half before, got our initial investment back, sold the other half, and now I still got like 3 or 4 contracts left there that I'm holding. And then I also did make a call on Uber, $100 one near the money. It's this one right here. And pretty much like I'm saying with travel, again, you are going to be getting United Airlines. Actually, I don't think I had that up on the list. They're going to be there on Thursday. So depending on UAL and some of the travel, I'm thinking travel is going to get a pickup. UAL is not expected to do good. So we're going to see how that plays out. But Uber, they've been lagging the whole travel space in the last week or two. So I really think they could be good. So I'm going to be going with them. As far as everything else, just going to be monitoring those Netflix earnings plays from last week. They are down right now. I will be watching other plays there. Again, pretty much getting ready for earnings or playing everything with the broader commodity situation. Again, we're still waiting for all of that European stuff. Again, we see where the markets are at, and then depending on what Powell does, but going to be watching those Netflix, the Caterpillars from last week. Those went up like 100 or 2% or 100 or 200%. And then finally the Altria, those ones went down, but I think this week they could be a little bit decent. But those are pretty much the only other things. I think this week we're going to let the headlines really drive it. Again, last week it was very low, and just don't miss out. These key levels here, I think little by little, especially by Thursday, Powell could set things off. If we start getting to the lower levels, we're going to see what happens with the market. Otherwise, I mean, April is supposed to be a good month, but now we are halfway through, so I hope you're ready. But that is your watch list, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure hydrate, healthy, ready to go. Make sure post your watch list. Make sure we see you there in the morning. I need the armor on. I need the helmet shine. I need you to remember, baby. Time for the rebirth and time to serve. But Nicole loves you. I love you. I'm gonna see you in the morning. Let's go. And happy Easter. Celebrate it. Relax. Finger to the sky, baby. Amen. I'm gonna see you on Monday. I missed you, Chad.